Hello, everybody. It's happening. Right, welcome to the Daily Front Row's 7th Annual Fashion Media Awards here in the glittering Rainbow Room. How lovely is this? I am your host. My name is Graham Norton. I hardly know who I know. I hardly know who I am myself. Google me. You know, a lot of award shows now, they go hostless, but I can assure you, I'm the next best thing. Okay, let's get this started, because I don't think anyone's ever complained about an award show being too short. It's a bit like sex. The sooner we start, the sooner we finish. And beware, we have all been at the open bar, and you know we need to wrap up before any one of us says or does something that will get us cancelled. I know, the last thing I want is for someone to be somehow responsible for an influencer losing their flat tummy tea endorsement. I know. Sad face emoji. Let's start the proceedings by bringing up our first presenter, ladies and gentlemen. He is a man who in 1971 used his life savings of $150 to open his first clothing store. And according to my calculations, since then, he has more than doubled that investment. His designs are iconic, his fragrances are unforgettable, and he's one of the very few men you can walk up to and say, "Hey, I'm wearing your underwear," and not have it be weird. It's still a little weird, so don't do that. Here to present our Fashion Force Award, it's the legendary Tommy Hilfiger. Woo!
Are you wearing my underwear? Boxers or briefs? Which ones?
Tonight they're in the wash.
In the wash. That's what they all say. So good evening, everyone. It's quite an honor to be here to present Zendaya with the Fashion Force Award. Her bold sense of style and her powerhouse acting performances have made her a global icon today. She's created an incredible following through her platform, empowering millions of people to follow their dreams. I'm proud to have worked with her and to be working with her. As a matter of fact, right after she receives her award, she's going back to work in our studio, and she works. The day I met her, she was incredibly engaged in designing my collection for me. I gave her the tools, I gave her the staff, and she and her stylist, Law, jumped in, chose every button, every zipper, every color, every fabric, and she fit everything on herself, which is why I think you'll notice when she stands up, her trousers are on the floor. She wanted to cover her shoes. Zendaya, you are a change maker, and it's been so inspiring to see you and your passion create a difference in the world. You motivate the new generation with your commitment to making fashion more inclusive, more diverse, and meaningful. It's really a pleasure and an honor to have this opportunity to work with you. I'm really proud. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm really proud to honor Zendaya with the Fashion Force Award.
Thank you. That's pretty cool. I mean, this is Tommy Hilfiger, you know what I'm saying? But thank you so much. I've been able to learn so much from you and from your team about the fashion industry and what it really takes to create and make a beautiful garment. So thank you to you for trusting me with your incredible brand. I'm just so lucky to be here amongst so many incredible people that I admire and appreciate your work and everything that you do. And I'm just thankful to kind of be in the same space. And yeah, no, fashion, I think for me is really just emotional, right? It's allowed me to just really say I don't give a F, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's the one thing that has allowed me to really find out who I am and be more courageous and more fearless. And I definitely owe that to Law, my stylist, who I've worked with since I was like 13, 14 years old. And he always reminds me, like when I step out, he says, yeah, but do you care though? You know, do you really care though? How do you feel, right? And it's always about how you feel before you step outside, and what is that emotion that you feel before you go out. That's the only one, that's the only opinion that should ever matter to you. So thank you so much for this opportunity and this award. It means so much to me because I really do love fashion. I think it's so much more than just clothes. It's an emotion. So thank you.
Very good. Excellent. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. One down, many to go. Hey, we are off and running. So like a young caterer at a Kevin Spacey party, let's keep moving before something bad happens. Our next presenter is editor-in-chief of V Magazine and V Man, and also creative director for LUS. He's young, handsome. He's got better hair than 95% of the people he's featuring. He is Stephen Gann, who is both presenting and accepting for India Moore's cover of the year for Elle. Here he is, Stephen. Oh, right there. Hello.
I'm presenting, not accepting. India will be accepting. I've had a lot of flashbacks in the past half hour of being in this room. The Rainbow Room is probably my favorite room in New York City. And if you're a fan of Ryan Murphy's Pose, just like I am, it will remind you of that episode when India Moore's character, Angel, runs into their uptown lover. And being at Brandusa's Daily Awards also brings me back to the very first Daily Awards in September 2013, 6 years ago, when Lady Gaga presented me with my first media award. A year prior, Gaga's single, called Born This Way, had broken records with its pioneering message of inclusivity. Born This Way had become, by then, a powerful anthem for so many young people. India Moore was around 19 at the time, and in a few minutes we'll be hearing more about what was going on in her life at the time. Today, 6 years later, I am happy to report that change did happen, and India Moore is living proof. I also think India embodies a philosophy once imparted to me by the late Karl Lagerfeld. He said, "I'm not impressed by those born beautiful, but more impressed by those that represent the will of beauty." But she's not just beautiful, she's brave. And nowadays, we know bravery is the most prized quality in the fashion world. It's a triumph for me when people and things once deemed alternative are accepted. And not just accepted, but celebrated by the mainstream. The fashion world, often seen as open-minded on the surface, can also become very much set in old patterns. One of the best and most uplifting moments in my career I've witnessed in my last year and a half at Elle was when Nina Garcia said she'd like to put India Moore on the cover. After all, we were talking Elle, the world's biggest women's media brand. So welcome to the stage, the Daily's choice for cover of the year, photographed by Zoe Grossman. Congratulations, India. Tonight, the fashion world is out in full force to welcome you. And in the words of Angel's friend Blanca on the show, baby, you are our secret weapon.
Wow. Wow. I feel so honored to share this space with you all. It's a very expensive venue. And it's populated by very expensive people. All of our lives equally are so expensive, including mine, and people like me. Wow, the cover of Elle magazine. I'm so honored, grateful, and beyond the moon to be on the cover of Elle magazine, one of the world's most powerful magazines. But it's a bittersweet feeling. As you all know, or not, I am Black and I am trans. Some of you may be uncomfortable with the politics of my speech. And I won't apologize for that because my life is politics. Right now in the Supreme Court, they're voting on whether or not trans people can access employment, shelter, and health care in the same ways that you all have access. It's hard to celebrate being celebrated for being myself during a time where people like me are being murdered for being themselves. It was here in this space that we filmed the scene in Pose on season 1. Stan took his wife to the Rainbow Room to celebrate their anniversary. That night, Stan was distracted by his desires for Angel, a trans woman. Stan always had desires for women, both trans and cis, but lived in shameful fear of what his desires meant to the world around him and how the world around him would treat him as a result. This year, 16 known women were taken from us because of that same fear. On this day that I'm celebrated and awarded for being visible, I decided to bring them with me. I'm wearing them on my ears as earrings. You can see them hanging on my ears. I'd like to thank Ian Bradley, my stylist, and the designer, Ari, for creating a way for me to bring these women here with me tonight. When Ian, my beloved friend and stylist, prepared the earrings, he was worried that another woman would be murdered and that it would be too late to include her. On Labor Day, Monday, a 17-year-old girl named Bailey Reeves was shot to death in DC. I'm grieving with her family. She would make the 17th and youngest known Black trans female murdered this year by gun violence. As Ian predicted, it was too late to include her in the jewelry created by Ari, so I brought her in this picture frame for you all to see. 17 years old, baby girl. Just like me, these women dared to exhaust their freedom to exist by being visible. However, instead of being celebrated, they're punished for it. While we make up 0.6
of the American population, the life expectancy of trans women and femmes is 35 years old. That means simply that I may not live past 35 simply because I'm Black and trans. Existence that requires bravery is not freedom. A life that requires bravery is not free. I accept this award in honor of the truth that the best award and the award we all deserve is to be able to get home safe. I accept this award in good faith that my recognition doesn't lead to the erasure of other trans and GNC folks who also deserve healthcare, housing, safety, and visibility, magazine covers, runways, leading film and TV roles, doctorate degrees, high school diplomas, college educations, and families, lovers, and representation everywhere. In every space, each and every one of us and everyone that we know, our families and friends occupy. Trans people deserve safety, acknowledgement, and respect, not just when we're on the covers of magazines, but when we are in the streets, when we are poor, when we are sex workers, when our hair ain't laid, when we can't afford Louis Vuitton, or when we can't get access to a hormone shot, and especially when we are dying. I'd like to conclude my speech by affirming that support like this goes a long way in defining the future of people who are queer and trans, and the quality of life for us, especially when we're children. About 6 years ago, Lady Gaga made a very generous donation to the foster care agency that I lived in. I was living in a group home just before Ryan Murphy and Stephen Canals changed my life by including me in Pose. A risk most would consider me as. Thank you so much, Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga directly influenced the quality of life for myself and my peers. When we were living in group homes, when we had no families, and you know, institutions aren't perfect. It's very hard to replace the families that so many of us are privileged to be born with group homes and foster care. So I'm so grateful for the impact that Lady Gaga had. And she's an incredible example that you can make an impact on people's lives, especially when they make up 0.6 of an entire population. Especially when our lives are at the mercy of your political opinions. Thank you to Lisa Callie, my super manager, my second mom. She introduced me to the audition for Pose. And Josh Otten, who believed in me. And since day one, he introduced me to the fashion world when no one else believed in me and thought that I was too risky or not ready. And he's never left my side since. Thank you for being my friend, Josh. And the people who would change my life forever: Alexa Fogel, legendary casting director, I'm sure you've heard of her. Ryan Murphy, Stephen Canals, Brad Fulchuk, Janet Mock, Tanase Popa, Todd Krubrick, Brad Simpson, Nina Jacobson, John Landgraf, Dana Walden, Peter Rice, John Solberg, the entire FX family, and all those who are responsible for changing my life, and through me, the lives of my community. Thank you, Nina Garcia. Nina. Thank you, Zoe Grossman. Where are you? Oh my God, you made me feel so beautiful and comfortable that day during the shoot. And it reflected in the photo. Stephen Gunn, thank you so much for being such an instrumental part of my inclusion in one of the most powerful spaces in the fashion world, in the world. And thank you for this speech. Your words are so beautiful. Jada Yuan, thank you for your write-up and cultivating such a beautiful piece on my life and my story. I never thought I would see so many people tagging me in pictures and photos on Instagram of the magazine that they bought. Thank you so much for that incredible L party. It was really fun, and I got to shake a whole lot of ass. You know, I'm from the Bronx, so it's my culture. Thank you, excuse my language. Thank you, Louis Vuitton, for supporting and sponsoring that event. Nicolas, I love you always. One more thing. Thank you, Mommy and Papi, for dedicating your lives to raising your children in the best way that you know. Thank you for being an incredible example to parents everywhere, that it's possible to learn and adjust your parenting in the best interest of your child's existence. Thank you for being an example that loving your children unconditionally is fundamental, healing, and can greatly determine the life quality of a child and their future. As a child, to experience this is the greatest safety a human can know. I love you forever and transformatively, just like the way you do me. You cannot raise your children to have a sexuality or to be a certain kind of gender identity, but you can raise them to love and respect themselves and others. Though I have little control over the visibility that this awards me, this L cover means to me and my community that we deserve to be loved, that we deserve to be beautiful, seen, safe, and protected, that we deserve to be included, and that we deserve to feel and experience belonging, just as you all do so regularly, and that we don't deserve to live in fear, just to buy groceries at the store, in our own communities, in our own homes. For me, there is little honor in being the first, but there is only honor in not being the last. Thank you, Elle. And I hope that powerful agencies like IMG, William Morris, and CAA, just as a few examples, continue to uplift marginalized people. And that to see that this value is greater than competition. Thank you so much for listening to my speech.
Congratulations to India, and thank you for that beautiful and powerful speech. Our next award is for Beauty Innovation, which is basically science and a little bit of math. So this is pretty much the Nobel Prize of fashion. And here to present the award for Beauty Innovation is Victor Clément. Victor? Where's Victor? There he is. Hello.
Good evening. I'm thrilled to have the honor to introduce a pioneer in the beauty industry, healthcare visionary, Frederic Fekkai. We can thank this man for some of the most iconic looks in fashion history. As he's recently reacquired his brand, he continues to push the boundaries of conventional wisdom and is committed to launching products with a positive impact. He recently made his mark in the natural space with his beauty and lifestyle brand, Batiste, and continues to innovate hair care with his upcoming launch of his new luxury natural hair care line. This summer, during my Resort 20 presentation, I had the pleasure of seeing the master at work. It was a sight to see. His kindness and charm electrified the room and captivated the models, while his extraordinary Fekkai team brilliantly executed his vision. While we celebrate him tonight for his accomplishments, I'm sure there will be many, many more to come. For the countless people throughout the world who have experienced his talent, I want to say merci, Frederic. Frederic, I present you with the Beauty Innovator Award.
Thank you. Well, that was a really moving speech before that. I'm going to make it much shorter. First of all, good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be here, especially during Fashion Week and for a fashion event. To be recognized in a beauty award, it's really touching for me. You know, for some people who don't know, I sold my company about 10 years ago, and I just bought back recently. And some people says, why are you doing this? And I guess, you know, it's a bug, you know, it's something you can't stop doing. It's to go back and really be creative and innovative. So it's been a very busy year for me, and, you know, managing two brands, and I wanted to come back by buying Fekkai, by creating a wonderful, clean formula and bringing sustainable packaging, and just to bring a message to say I'm back, but bringing product that show that you care for your health and also for the planet. It's a great privilege to be recognized tonight, and I'm really, really touched to be around so many amazing talents, so many amazing creative here. And I want to thank the Delhi for recognizing me. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Our next presenter is very famous for being a Victoria's Secret angel, but tonight she's been completely plucked and is making her way to the stage now. It's Candice Swanepoel. Woo!
Hi, thank you so much for your beautiful speech and putting things in perspective for us. Okay. It's incredible to be here, surrounded by all you extraordinary talents in our industry. Among you is somebody I am proud to call a true friend and collaborator. It is with great pleasure that I get to present this award to the amazing Zoe Grossman. Zoe claims she was nervous the first time we met, but I remember walking into the studio that day. She was just cool. A cool and genuine girl you would want to hang out with. Zoe has an ease and lightness about her and happens to be one of the most creative women I know. Her ease instantly makes anyone who works with her comfortable and confident in her vision. From her eye for lighting, her intuition for capturing not just beauty, but also playfulness and movement. She is outspokenly principled and uses her platform as a voice for good. In so many ways, it's been a privilege to be on every set with you. It is unsurprising that her talent captured the attention of magazines like Vogue, Elle, Harper's Bazaar, and Numera. She graced their covers with shots that beautifully emphasized both the clothing and the individual in her own ingenious way. From the first cover we shot together to Rolling Stone's Woman Shaping the Future, Zoe has consistently managed to capture beauty and femininity while never compromising integrity or emotion. Thank you, Zoe, for all that you do. I'm so grateful to have been on the sets with you and had the opportunities to work and create alongside you. It is my great honor to present you with Award of Photographer of the Year.
Wow, you guys, I'm so nervous. Yeah, I'm so nervous. I'm so used to being just behind the scenes and behind the camera, and I wear sweatpants every day, so this is a very big deal for me. That being said, I'm so grateful and honored and actually really surprised to be given this award, so thank you so much. I had to write something down, so forgive me if I'm just looking down. I've always been a shy, sensitive person, and a lot of the time I felt quite awkward walking around in the world. So being able to photograph and see other people through my lens has given me space to focus and observe, and has helped me find my own confidence. An artist that I really respect, my mother-in-law, actually, who is here tonight, back there, told me a quote that I really love that stuck with me. It's that our art isn't here to serve us, but we are in service to our art. That's always been the place that I try and operate from. I've worked really hard and continue to work really hard to find and express my voice as a photographer, and I put my heart and soul into every job, no matter how big or small, because I really love what I do so much. I don't know if there's a right approach, but mine has always been to try and make everyone that's in front of my lens feel really good about what they bring and feel seen beyond their physical appearance. I want to genuinely connect with everyone that I shoot, and if I can make someone in front of my lens feel beautiful, confident, or empower them, then to me that's a success. What I realized as I continue to get older is that being kind, even something as simple as putting a smile on someone's face, making someone feel seen and respected, isn't just a little thing. It's a domino effect that can emanate through the world and affect so many other things in a positive way. I also really want to thank so many people as well, because any of the work that I do is just really impossible without all the support that I have from everyone around me. So many amazing agents and editors who gave me a chance when no one else would. To the models and artists who collaborate with me and trust me, and who give me the space and time to experiment with them. I want to thank my agents, Giselle and Suzanne, who give me 100% and who believe in me. My crew, who I really value, who I can basically text at midnight if I have a random lighting idea or creative idea, and they'll text me back right away. They always have my back, and they've helped me create a safe and inspiring working environment. I also really want to thank my amazing family and amazing husband, who also came out to see me, for always supporting me, for helping me find genuine positivity and meaning in everything, which is hard for me to do sometimes, for empowering me when I feel lost, confused, and like I suck, which is like basically every day. I still feel, or I hope I'm at the very early stage of what I hope is a long career. So this is an honor that I take to heart. And I really want to thank Eddie and the Daily Front Row for giving me this award, and for including me alongside so many people that I'm just really, really in awe of, genuinely. I'm very hard on myself, so it's not lost on me that one of my struggles is for success, while there are so many people struggling for survival. So this really makes me want to continue to keep pushing past my own fears, working hard, and doing things in my life that give back to a world that's willing to give so much. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations to Zoe there. Our next presenter began as a fashion blogger and is now a designer and entrepreneurial powerhouse. She was also on Forbes' list of 30 under 30. Really successful young people. So inspiring. Please welcome the young and very accomplished Ami Song. Here she is, Ami. Oh, there's a man in the... Sorry, that's not a great place to sit, but okay, you've chosen it. More applause for Ami's song. It wasn't her fault. It was a man sat in the aisle. Hello. There you go.
Well, hi guys. First of all, I came here to present an award, and I feel like I'm leaving this place feeling so inspired and touched. India, your speech was so beautiful, so thank you for that. Hi, Ashley. So I feel like there's so many amazing people here, so I'm honored to breathe the same air with you guys. So I've known Michael for over 10 years, and I'm super excited to award him with this Visionary Award. To call him a visionary after building one of the fastest growing and now public fashion e-commerce sites on the planet would be an understatement. To have the foresight to work with people like me, who 10 years ago, we were just called, fashion bloggers, and now influencers. And also, 10 years ago, a fancy vacation for these bloggers seemed kind of indulgent, but now we see it on the ground all the time. So this is just the kind of business and marketing genius that led him to disrupt the fashion industry. With an amazing team by his side, and of course, everybody hanging out on all these amazing travels and all the amazing things that the Revolve marketing team does, he's changed the way brands market, and honestly, he really has disrupted this industry. He hasn't stopped there. As the best partner I could have in building my own fashion empire, it is with great pride that I present this honor to Michael. And precisely because he's such a boss, work took him away from being here tonight. So instead, I get to hand this award to his right-hand woman and an inspiration to me as well, Raisa Girona, on his behalf.
Thank you, guys. Unfortunately, I'm going to put this here. Michael couldn't be here tonight, but he's incredibly humbled to receive this award and passes along a huge thanks to the Daily Front Row for the recognition. So when Michael and Mike started the business 15 years ago, they set out to build the next generation of retail and connect with the customer better than anyone. They've been able to do this with great product, a data-driven approach, and of course, an innovative and disruptive marketing strategy. And that's what visionaries are. They do things that's never been done before because they see the big picture. Michael did just that, alongside other visionaries, the influencers that are in this room, and industry partners we've worked with for over a decade. So here's to Revolve, Michael, and you. Let's continue to support, build, and revolve around the world together. Guys, I'm not done yet, so I'm also presenting. So it was a last-minute change, unfortunately, that Michael couldn't be here. So I'm accepting an award, and now I'm presenting an award. So I'm so excited to be here and to partner with Daily Front Row to present the Fashion Media Awards' first ever Influencer of the Year award. This award honors sought-after style icons, innovative creators, and entrepreneurs who are disrupting fashion and business through social media. These esteemed nominees are self-made businesswomen with outstanding industry recognition who have pioneered the digital marketing space, connecting with millions of engaged followers across the globe. Revolve has been working with influencers since 2009, before Instagram even existed. We've traveled the world together, supported each other when people doubted us, and we've even built brands together. These women are like family to us, and Revolve is incredibly proud and humbled to present the following nominees for Influencer of the Year: Danielle Bernstein, Camila Coelho, Olivia Culpo, Cindy Kimberly, Leonie Hanu, Elsa Hosk, Lily Maymack, Drea Michelle, Negan Mersalehi, Jasmine Saunders, Julie Surinana, Ami Song, Romy Stride, and Giovanna Ventura. And the winner is Negan Mersalehi.
looking right now. Okay. I prepared a little something just in case I won. Because what I learned about my last speeches is that I'm not good at giving spontaneous ones. First off, I want to thank the Daily Front Row and Revolve for this award and for nominating me. It's a great honor to be here amongst so many inspiring people. Since this is a People's Choice Award, I want to dedicate this speech to everyone who voted and to everybody who's in any doubt about making decisions about their future. While I was writing my marketing thesis on the easel retrieval effect in 2012 in Amsterdam, my professor came up to me one day and showed me the speech that Steve Jobs gave at the Stanford University in 2005. Not knowing at the time that this speech was going to change every important decision I was going to be making about my future. I was really scared at the beginning to put myself out there on social media and share so much of myself. For my partner to quit his job, Maurits, while we were living on one salary, and to invest all our savings into starting our own hair care brand, Kizu. I bet I wouldn't stand here today if it wasn't for that speech. So that's why I want to read a short part of it. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failures, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you're going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There's no reason not to follow your heart. Also, a big congratulations to Michael Menti, who is unfortunately not here right now, on winning Fashion Visionary. I've known him for 5 years, and there really isn't anybody that deserves this award more than he does. And then I also want to thank the entire Revolve team, and especially Raisa Girona. Where are you? Is she here? Oh, okay. Oh, you're here? I want to thank her especially also for believing and growing and shaping the influencer industry. Thank you, everybody.
Our next presenter needs no introduction, but look, I'm already doing it. Artifice. Fourth wall, broken. Anyway, he's handsome. He's on a hot TV show. He invented something called the French tuck. Please insert your own jokes here. To rescue me, as he does so many others in so many worse cities, it's Tan France, everybody! Woo! Button up, button up. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm here to present an award. So, this young lady, she sings, she plays instruments, she's been writing original songs since she was a wee tween. And she's also an accomplished composer. She has a PhD from Harvard also. There's pretty much nothing this young lady cannot do. Her name is Sasha CM. Her album, Holy, is dropping in the fall, and it's been influenced by a wealth of cultures, including South African, British, and Scandinavian. Without further ado, Sasha DM, winner of Daily Front Row's Fashion Media Award for the New Wave, a unique category honoring a rising star. Please welcome to the stage, Sasha DM.
Wow, good evening. Well, as a tween, I had no idea that I would end up standing here in front of all of you. And as a new wave artist, I've been trying to figure out what this means. I don't surf, but I do see the need for a new wave in our world. There is so much rupture, so much dishonoring, so much disunity. Is that just me, or does anyone know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so not just in Britain, you get that on American TV too. I think part of the reason that I dedicate my life to music is because I recognize that through sound we can create waves. By coming together and singing and enjoying music together, we can come together in unity. And after all, we are one big family sharing this planet. It's easy to forget that. Music can bring us from harm to harmony. So really, I think the best way that I can share with you what I have to share is to play a song. And I'd love to share with you Holy. Thank you. So I'm going to be very unorthodox. Is that allowed? And I'm going to invite you to sing with me, if you feel so called.
We you, beautiful people.
Thank you very much to Sasha for that, and well done for singing along. Our next presenter is a supermodel and an amazing singer-songwriter, coincidence linked. And I really admire that because, you know, if you've been born looking like this, you really wouldn't have bothered finding out another talent. Please welcome to the stage, Karen Elson. Hey! Woo!
Good evening, everybody. Creativity, ingenuity, fearlessness, and raw talent are just a few things that make a brilliant designer. Tonight, I'm presenting the award of Design Debut to the wonderful Tomo Koizumi. Tomo's designs have struck a playful and fanciful chord in fashion. Each piece is a work of art, and his vision is completely unique. When Katie Grand asked me to walk in his first show, his debut show actually in New York City, I did not hesitate to say yes. And I was clearly not the only one. From Marc Jacobs to Gwendolyn Christie, Guido to Pat McGrath, so many people rallied behind him. And the reason being is that he reminded us of the days when fashion wasn't all about commodity and commercialism, but about pure artistic and creative vision. It's our responsibility as a community in fashion to support and mentor the most interesting, creative, bold, daring, and dynamic minds to create beautiful pieces of art. And Tomo is exactly that. And so, congratulations, Tomo, for tonight on receiving the Design Debut Award.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. Let me read my memo. Thank you so much for this great honor. I just wanted to give a big thanks to Mark and Katie for giving me a chance and opportunity to showcase my works to the world. I'm so happy it has turned out the way it did. And I'm so grateful for all the people who embraced my eccentric ideas. You have inspired and motivated me to work even harder. Thank you so much.
Ooh, now, our next presenter, ladies and gentlemen, is someone I have a great deal in common with. Her last name is Ireland. My homeland is Ireland. Her work has made her one of the most successful former models in the world, and I live in the world. I hope we're about to become best friends. Please welcome Kathy Ireland to the stage. Woo!
Thank you so much, Graham Norton and Eddie Roche and everyone at Daily Front Row responsible for this incredible evening. It's amazing to be in a room with so much genius talent. And it is an honor to present the Fashion Entrepreneur Award to an extraordinary woman, Emily Ratajkowski. So Emily is a person whose voice cannot be silenced, whose talents are shining, and whose passion for entrepreneurialism are a beacon of hope for women and men everywhere. And the self-propelled success of Innovator proves that when concerns for others outweigh self-interest, success, albeit with challenges, is in the grasp of all of us. From runways to film sets to the most glamorous endorsements to powerful leadership. And being honored tonight for this stellar achievement and a great big win for Emily and your amazing partner, Kat Mendenhall, and of course, Innovator. Please join me in celebrating the amazing Emily Ratajkowski.
Wow. All right. Thank you so much for all of you for being here tonight. It's amazing to share this stage with so many people I respect so much and love so much. So I feel so supported. Thank you especially to the Daily Front Row and of course to Kathy Ireland. It's absolutely surreal to have someone who is such an inspiration to me present this award. I think I want to educate people a little bit because there's some people who don't know, but Kathy started her business 26 years ago, and she's built a $1 billion company that continues to grow exponentially every year. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. I sat next to Kathy today at lunch, and I tried to soak up as much wisdom and good juju as I possibly could. And she said a couple amazing things, one being that it can be a blessing to be underestimated. Starting a business as a woman, and a woman who has been thought of as nothing more than a sex symbol and a fashion model, can be difficult and very overwhelming. And it's so amazing to see how Kathy turned any preconceptions on their head and how she continues to do so. So I admire you so much, Kathy, and you just showed them all, so that's amazing. And by the way, she showed them all silently, quietly, by just working so hard. Kathy and I realized today that we both started out in modeling not because of fame or because of the seemingly more glamorous aspects of the industry, but instead because we wanted to work, and we wanted to work hard. It was a means to an end for both of us, and it is so exciting and inspiring to me to see where that hard work has led her. Another thing Kathy said to me today was about how important it is to surround yourself with good people. I have been so lucky in that regard. I thought I wasn't going to cry. Bringing on my best friend, who I've known since I was 14 from my hometown in San Diego, Kat Mendenhall, someone who has worked in fashion for 10 plus years, has been unspeakably important, lucky, and so, so special. Building Innovator these last 2 years with you, Kat, has been one of the biggest joys of my life, both professionally and personally. Your work ethic, and your dedication and smarts, they're so inspiring to me, and I am beyond grateful for you and your entrepreneurial brain and your wonderfully supportive heart. Okay, I'm gonna flex a little bit here for a minute, so bear with me. Innovator is all D2C. We hit 7 figures in sales while remaining in the green in 1 year from only 1 point of sale. Yay. We started with swim, and in the last year, we have expanded to lingerie and to ready-to-wear. So now we're in our 2nd year, and we have an insane amount of exciting things on the horizon for Q4 and 2020. It's an absolutely new world when it comes to media and commerce, and Kat and I have had so much fun strategizing and building this brand together. We have been charting uncharted territories by doing things differently. We have no outside investment, no paid marketing, and no design team. We're essentially a 3-person company, myself included. It's been thrilling, but it has also been so much work. Lots of sleepless nights and an incredible investment of both time and energy. So it can be very difficult to remember to pause and look around and realize where we've gotten. So thank you, Daily Front Row, for giving us this occasion to celebrate what we've built so far. And I cannot wait for you all to see what we have in store for the future. Yay. Thank you. Thank you.
Very good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what in God's name do you say about Kate Moss? It's you. It's you. You were thinking this evening is longer than my career, but no, you're good. You're good. It's golden. It's your moment. Interesting sidebar. Kate Moss has never been on my show. No, unless you have, and we've both forgotten. That's probably it. By the way, The Daily, this is probably news to you, Kate. The Daily has commissioned this incredible painting of Kate Moss by Louis Carillon to gift to Kate tonight. Yeah, I know, yeah. But now to present to Kate Moss as style icon and to thus say far more about Kate Moss is Zadig & Voltaire's artistic director, Cécilia Monston. I'm going with Monston.
I'm happy to be up here with Jordan. Hi, everyone, and thank you, Daily Front Row, having me back. I'm Cecilia Bernström, and I design for a company called Zadig & Voltaire. And that's so sweet. We have created like a tribe of very inspirational muses. But this year, we've chosen a true icon. She's someone who has succeeded in imposing her own style on generations of women, and obviously me. She's been an inspiration to me for a long time. She's now our face of our winter campaign, and I'm very lucky to collaborate with her on our accessory line. But most of all, she's a woman who has proven herself because she's independent, and she has an endless and extremely powerful career. And she's always been faithful to her own personality and style. She's an icon, and she's a style maker, and I will let dear Jordan introduce her a bit more.
I have something short and sweet to say, I think. I think if I think about the first time I met Kate, it's that in this entire room, if I think of one icon, even in the fashion industry or in most ways, I would say that your name is Kate Moss. You are like the #1 icon, I would say.
Definitely.
And you're also really great at cutting hair and putting me in your wardrobe. So this is your award.
Please join us.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to be shorter than everyone and just say thank you very much for having me here, and thank you for this award. And to everyone I've worked with, Edgeworth, Lucy, and Jen, and have a good evening. Thanks.
Well done to Kate Moss. Now, you get to a certain age, ladies and gentlemen, some of you might know what I'm talking about, and you look back on your credits and accomplishments, and you think, you know what, I'm doing okay. Then you see what 2 19-year-old women in the fashion and entertainment world have done already, and you realize, I was born in the wrong time. I should have been born even earlier so that I'd be dead now and not have to feel bad about my own life. Please welcome Yara Shahidi and Adut Akesh, everybody.
Good evening, lovely people. I have to start by just saying how grateful I am to be in community with Edward and to have graced the cover of British Vogue's recent September issue with so many other game-changing women. It was guest edited by the incredible Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, and it was all captured by a man whose images and light have really inspired us all, Peter Lindbergh. But aside from that, British Vogue has really become a force for change in and of itself under Edward's thoughtful vision. The world has had the opportunity to watch how his every move redefines the potential and impact of the media landscape. Edward is the truest definition of a space maker and an innovator, embracing what representation and inclusion means in all aspects of the term, and intentionally expanding who we choose to celebrate on covers and in the pages of one of the most highly regarded magazines. Plus, he does it while being so kind with that brilliant smile of his that we love. He really does continue to inspire us with stories that resonate, fashion spreads that make us study, and most importantly, he continually prioritizes powerful voices that are meant to be heard, not only in front of the camera, but behind the scenes.
On the pages of British Vogue, you have galvanized the entire fashion industry. Tonight in New York City, we honor you. Tonight in New York City, with pleasure, we honor Edward Enninful, my fashion father, the editor-in-chief of British Vogue for the magazine of the year. Woo!
Okay. I'm coming. Thank you, Yara and Adit. Hello, everyone. When I started at British Vogue 2 years ago, the industry said that a Vogue that championed diversity and activism wouldn't succeed. But the passionate way that readers have reacted to British Vogue shows that not only has the world changed, but that it was ready for a whole new kind of Vogue too. People talk about diversity and inclusivity as if they're decisions to be made. That may be true for some people, but honestly, I just edit on instinct. When I arrived as editor-in-chief, I had a clear vision of the magazine I wanted to make. I didn't try and pander to people or pretend that I was anything other than who I am. Instead, I created a version of the world as I see it, full of creativity and celebrating the spectrum of people who inspire me the most. We dedicated the first issue to Great Britain. But as a boy from a council estate in West London, it wasn't a Britain that anybody thought Vogue could cover. Since then, it's been a wild ride. We've worked with some of the most powerful and inspiring names of today. From Oprah to the Duchess of Sussex, from Rihanna to Taylor, Kate to Naomi. They have trusted in us and the transformative power of fashion to make what I hope are some of the most memorable covers of recent years. And of course, I don't just edit a magazine. Every day British Vogue engages with millions of readers and followers online, bringing the sensibilities of its vision to the world. So thank you, Daily Front Row, for this honor. I would also like to thank all my contributors, as well as our industry of leading teams of editors, digital journalists, stylists, and artists who bring it all to life. And finally, I must thank my team back in London. As a creative, I have always been deeply collaborative. And so I stand here receiving this award from the Daily Front Row, lifted up by the people who made it possible. I would also like to dedicate this award to Peter Lindbergh and the beautiful legacy he leaves behind him, both as an artist and as a man. When news reached me that Peter had so sadly passed away I was devastated. We last worked together on the September issue with the Duchess of Sussex. That special issue also featured a unique 15-part cover featuring two of my favorite people in the world, Yara and Adut. There you go. At 74, Peter was still in his prime, producing some of the best shoots of his career and working and making women feel incredible and connecting with magazine readers like no other. I have been lucky enough to work with Peter many times over the years, and I'm even more lucky to have been able to call him a friend. Fashion lost one of the true greats this week. This one's for you, Peter. Thank you all so much.
Congratulations to Edward and British Vogue. Now, if Ashley Graham and I got married, she'd be called Ashley Graham Norton. Good enough for me. Hey, please welcome to the stage, Ashley Graham. Hey.
Hi. All right, tonight I am so honored to present an award for Breakthrough Model of the Year. Oh, because I am so excited for my sister. All right, not often do you meet someone who can instantly captivate you with their contagious smile and positive energy. For me, that person is my sister and friend, Halima Aden. From becoming her town's first Muslim homecoming queen to becoming the first Miss Minnesota pageant contestant to wear a hijab and a burkini on stage, Halima is breaking barriers and redefining traditional beauty and standards everywhere she goes. A proud Black Muslim, Somalian American, and UNICEF ambassador, Halima signed with IMG and became their first ever hijabi model. Continuing to challenge the stereotypes, she became the first model to wear a hijab on the runways of Milan and New York, and was on the covers of British Vogue, Allure, and CR Fashion Book, and was the first ever model to wear a full-body burkini in Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. Yes. So while being the first or being different can be intimidating, Halima is fearless in navigating every opportunity and having this conversation with humility, courage, and tenacity. She uses her platform always to promote acceptance and inspire change to prove that the power of diversity is real. It is remarkable to watch the industry embrace Halima for her true, authentic self, and I cannot wait to watch her flourish even beyond where she has started, because she's just started. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage my friend, my sister, and Breakthrough Model of the Year, Halima Aden.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Ashley. I look up so much to you. Thank you so much for this incredible honor. I am so beyond humbled. Being the first is never easy, and I always say being the first means nothing if it doesn't ensure a second, a third, a fourth. Ashley, you were the first, and you made it possible for me to be in Sports Illustrated, so thank you. I've been told I'm not American enough. I've been told I'm not a good Muslim. But I've also heard from thousands of people around the world telling me that I'm changing the narrative and I'm an inspiration. That is why I continue to do what I do, and I do it on my own terms. For all the young girls out there that have never felt represented or seen anyone who looks like them, in a space like this award goes to you.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Don't change yourself. Change the game. Thank you to my entire team, everyone at IMG. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, everyone on my team, all the agents. Thank you to my management team, Lisa, Denise, Future Productions. Thank you so much. I want to thank everyone I've ever had the pleasure to work with, and to every designer, editor, every brand who has given me a chance. By doing so, you've helped expand our culture, made it more accepting and inclusive for all. You have not only changed my life, but the lives of children around the world by giving them hope. Thank you.
Congratulations to Halima. Yeah, fantastic. Now, the next 15 awards, I'm joking. That's it. Thank you, everyone, for coming. It's been, yeah, well done, you. I've been Graham Norton. Do join us for a drink around the other side, and don't forget to hashtag @DailyFrontRow and hashtag FMA2019. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.